What's up, guys? It is Amir from PSR, and I am here with
Samir. How's it going, guys?
And we are here in Samir's garage, and today we're gonna be replacing my headlight. If you guys saw in the last video, I was in an accident recently, not my fault. And by recently, I mean 6 months ago. And it wasn't my fault at all. If you want more information on it, just check out the last video. We'll put a link up here. We're not gonna go over it here because we're just gonna be replacing the headlights in this video. The headlights we got are from Spec-D. So looking at the damage here, it's actually not terrible, all things considered. You should see the other guy. But yeah, mostly the bumper, obviously the headlights wrecked. We got a little crack right here, and then the hood took a beating, just a little bit though. Functionality wise, it's great, it's all working. The hood opens, actually the headlight's out, so it's not working, but it went out a few months later.
That might be unrelated to the accident.
Honestly, it might be. So we figured while we're at it, why don't we just replace both the headlights, because, oh my God, you couldn't give this one away.
All right, guys, and here's the actual new headlights. We opened this one up ahead of time just to take a look at it, but yeah, it's essentially the standard black housed, chrome reflector projector, OEM style. Looks quite similar, not exact, to the SE OEM headlight, and it's just, a nice classy look. It's probably gonna make the rest of the front end look a little drab in comparison, given the accident especially, but, that'll just serve as motivation to move to the next step. All right, it's a very familiar spot. If you guys will recall, the first video on our channel is us removing the bumper off of Emmer's Camry. So much has changed since then. So many things stay the same. So there we go. It's a good first step. So if you guys don't already have a 10mm socket wrench, you should, because that's essentially all you need to work on these cars. It's really quite something. It's really nice to keep things simple. Well, now we just gotta, oh yes. You gotta feel like you're breaking your car when you're taking it apart, otherwise you're not doing it right. So on the other side, this clip piece had broken off of the fender liner, presumably due to the accident. So we didn't have to worry about it over there, saved us time. But here, it's just as simple as prying it out, and then I think the last little bit will just come out pretty simply. Okay, just, aha! There it is. It's one of these weird clips. It's a miracle this one didn't break. Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. Got a little clip here. Of course, I didn't bring my tools. I invested $15 into a universal clip remover. And not even here. It's not even here to be used. You know what that means? Flathead screwdriver. Now these, I almost just plan on them breaking off. Especially these ones that aren't OEM. These were obviously installed whenever the bumper was replaced. Actually, that's a pretty heavy duty one. Much better than the octopi that usually are there. Got one on the other side as well, which is like practically not doing anything. Middle here, you got another 10. See what I'm talking about? You pretty much just need screwdrivers set, 10mm ratchet, and you're good. I have a very distinct memory of us removing these as part of the bumper removal process. And it looks like this one's actually moving. I started on the other side and I thought, this might just be a hood stop and nothing else. But no, it's working, so it's a good sign. Yes. This should be the last one, keeping the top connected. Oh my Lord. Oh yes. Oh yeah. Pure strength. Oh, stripped it a little bit.
Yeah.
That's gonna happen, Let me get a small one. Take this, you son of a bitch. Finally. Smell that victory.
Smells amazing.
as is usually the case when working on cars, we hit a snag. Although this one was completely unexpected, and it's not entirely clear why it happened. But as you can see here, this is what this mounting, attached bracket is supposed to look like. And here's what this one looks like. As you can see, it's bent out of shape, clearly due to the accident. But for whatever reason, it just made it impossible to get that screw out. Ah, motherfucker.
Shit's hot.
It's been like 5 minutes. It's still hot as hell. Anyway, no burning myself at least.
Good.
But yeah, so my dad just had to come over here with the big guns and just grind it right off. And presumably it's because the bracket was bent, but I don't know. It's obviously accident related, but we're just gonna live without that bit of hardware. And what I'm doing here is I'm gonna try to bend this back. It's a very light, malleable piece, as you just saw. So now it's essentially back to where it needs to be. And yeah. I mean, you can still see it's not perfect, but it's generally back where it needs to be. Wow, it's even hot over here. Like,
oh, I bet. Sparks are flying.
They were. There we go. Okay, now we can proceed. Another great tidbit about these cars is that even when you find a Phillips head, screw or what have you, it actually doubles typically as a 10mm head. So it's perfect. You only need one tool. Schnita.
Don't smack my camera.
Got to. So in essence here, what we're trying to do is we're taking the classic PSR route, which is to do as little work as possible. So if we can avoid taking the bumper off altogether, we will. It looks like, from what I can tell, that was one of 4 bolts. The second is right here, hidden sort of in the fender bit. The third one is right on here. So actually I think it's just 3. Those are the only 3 I found. So let's just start with those and see where we go.
Fucking dial me.
Okay. Here, just gotta be careful of the bumper. So we're in close proximity. Moment of truth. Figure out if we missed anything, because why is this? Oh, I guess this is attached to a little clip of sorts, which is actually really nice, because then it prevents the headlight from falling out as soon as you get that last bolt out. So that's nice. All right, now you gotta disconnect all the accessories. So easy. This is the turn signal. Last fit, baby. Yeah. The headlight itself. Okay, we'll get back to you. This is presumably the low beam. No, that's the high beam. This is the low beam. And great. Now, depending on the aftermarket light you get, you might have to save or transfer some accessories from over here, such as the, I guess whatever you call this, the gasket, the surround, which prevents moisture, etc., from getting in. So I think we're not going to make the classic PSR mistake of removing both headlights and then installing the new headlight. We're going to install a new headlight first to make sure it actually works, so that we can cut down on some work. Okay, looking at these side by side, it looks like they actually have all the same hardware. It looks like we don't have to transfer anything over. We still have, the beam adjuster here and everything else. The only reason I'm even thinking about this is because when I got my first set of aftermarket headlights, like, I don't even know, 12 years ago, they just didn't have anything. And and I had actually not thrown away my headlights, but I was planning on it because they were in kind of shit shape. Also, check out this fly.
Oh, wow.
Poor guy. Let's finally lay him to rest. You want to get the satisfaction of peeling these off?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that's perfect.
That's it.
It's like a jar of Nutella. Let's go.
Dude, yes. I mean, why is it that Nutella is the only... Nutella jars are the only ones where the thing actually peels off properly. Everything else is like breaks into pieces. As you can see here, we got, plastic wrapping over the lens itself. And it'd be nice to keep most of it on. But obviously the portions that are going to get covered up by body panels we want to remove just to make them easier to take off later. But in essence, this should about do it. So let's see if it'll just slide right into place. That's just gonna sit there.
Nice clip.
Sit here.
It's a good sign.
This is a good sign. It actually looks like it's gonna fit pretty well.
Oh yeah, that looks perfect.
Let's see, one.
It's mostly flush here. I don't know how much of this is damaged. Not sitting perfectly flush, but
some of it is. It's gonna depend on where everything ends up sitting once we're done.
right.
All right, now that we're aware of it fitting, we should go ahead and plug in all the bulbs. Much easier to do at this stage, as you can imagine. All right. The lower right side, I guess, from my perspective, is the turn signal. Oh, that was a little broken, apparently. But luckily, it doesn't impact fitment, so good. Now this, if I'm honest, I don't know what it was connecting to.
I don't know if that one was connecting.
It was connected to something, but I don't know what it was doing. We'll find out in a moment. We'll look at the old bulb. This plugs in directly, and this one. But okay, now we're ready. Now that we know it fits, and we got all the bulbs in and connected, we're gonna use this little clip bracket to our advantage. And now let's see how fitment goes. So see, it fits much better now that we actually have it set correctly. Peel that back a little bit just so we don't have issues. All right. Now typically when I'm doing this, I don't usually tighten everything all in one go. I usually wait to see what the overall fitment's like, and then I can make adjustments after that. But honestly, this is this is fitting pretty close to OEM so far. I mean, you can see here along the edge, it's all, you know, I mean, it's pretty much exactly where it needs to be. It seems though that there's a bit of room for adjustment down here with this one. You can kind of move it to where you need it. But, well, there we have it. So we'll leave this plastic on the headlight until we're done, just to avoid, you know, as the bumper moves around, as you know, we're trying to resuscitate this guy with CPR. We'll be safe. Now here comes the real tough part, doing the other side. Did that sound sarcastic enough? So we started with the clean side, which generally, why would you do that? Because this is the one that obviously needs to come out. But whatever. So that one's out.
Yeah.
All right.
Pull this out.
Lift it up a little bit.
So it doesn't explode on us. Come on.
Yeah, that's where it's
Yeah.
getting snagged.
There she is.
Beauty.
Very nice.
No.
Oh yeah, nice.
That's weird. Something the other side didn't have, but okay. There she is.
I'm really happy to be done with these nasty ass headlights.
Those have been the bane of this car's existence for at least
Honestly,
like
though,
7 or 8 years.
It's been needed to be.
The oldest, crappiest part of the car, no question.
It's
Ooh, yes. And the only reason to make a video so you can share the joy of satisfaction with everyone else. The more stuck it is, the better.
Yeah, honestly, these are really sticky. That's how you know it's a high quality headlight.
That's how you know.
Ba-ba-ba-bum.
Oh yes, get it. We're so close. When you get that little clip, oh yes, that noise. Universally a good car guy noise. We learned it from Legos when we were young. That little snap, the little.
Oh, this one clips in too.
Yeah, so this one's actually fitting a little bit nicer than that side, which is funny considering this is the side that was hit. By the way, guys, this car's got 227,000 miles. I've told anybody who will listen that fact. It's like people who don't even give a shit about cars, because everyone can be impressed by that. I'm sure most of those are highway miles, but still, the car's kicking, and it's been kicking for a long time, and gotten a lot of use out of it.
It's definitely majority highway. I mean, I don't have a long drive to work, so I know that's not too much.
Right, I mean, you guys got the car. It had about 150,000 miles, and
in
at
just
that
a couple
point,
years.
yeah, it was the thing. It was only a 3-year-old car at that time.
I think it was like 2.5.
Yeah, something like that.
Maybe.
And now you've been driving. I mean, your family. I don't even know, like 13 or 14 years.
Yeah.
And then you for like 11 years.
Yeah.
10 or 11 years.
The majority of the miles had to have been going up and down from school.
It's going in a lot easier than it came out.
Moment of truth.
Oh my word. This is such a car guy thing to do. Have a broken up car and then put nice new aftermarket parts on it without fixing the other stuff that's broken. I love it.
It really is.
Holy cow, let me just take a step back here. Oh wow. See, I always knew your car would look good with black house headlights,
So
especially
much cleaner.
because it's, you know, it's gray, obviously, and then it had all sorts of other black accents. It's just...
Really makes me want to fix the rest of
I know, that's the point, obviously. Wow. Wow. Yeah, that looks great. That looks really
it.
great.
Really good.
All right, there's the low beam, the one that works at least. The high beams work. Yes, sir. And there's the last fits, looking brighter than ever now that they can actually make it through a clear lens rather than a gunked up one. Beautiful.
Couple bumps in the road, but we managed to get her done, and I'm super happy with how it turned out. I mean, really wish I did this sooner, and it's funny considering how much time and money we spent to try to clean the old headlights and restore them. This ended up being like the same amount of money that we spent, because we tried like 2 or 3 times to restore the old headlights, and this would have been a time saver and a money saver. And now I'm just excited to get the rest of it in shape, just to kind of match this.
Yeah, honestly, and you know, I mean, from when we started at this video to now, we've improved it a good amount as well. I mean, as we saw, you know, that little radiator channeling piece was out, so we fixed that. The bumper is actually more aligned now with the hood than it was previously. It was, you know, off over here, which makes sense given that this bracket here was bent. Obviously, straightened out the hood a little bit, which, you know, still doesn't look great. It really draws your attention, just like, you know, a big red pimple on your nose, like on the tip of your nose. Oh God, what a rough time that was. But and actually the bumper is fitting a lot better over here now. I mean, it's almost clipped all the way back in, but this middle one here is just not wanting to stay. But you know, the fitment of these lights is really spot on. I mean, it's hard to tell for sure because obviously the bumper is damaged. It's been damaged. It's a little bent out of shape. But you know, they fit pretty close to OEM with no need for modifications.
Yeah.
No need for, you know, cutting or repositioning anything. It all just worked out. So, yeah. What do you think, Emma? What do you think?
I'm happy with it. I think the fitment's great. Obviously, trash can.
Just a trash can. Okay.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think the fitment is great. Obviously, bumper needs replacing, hood needs replacing.
At least fixing, if it's possible.
At least fixing, yeah.
Well, it's possible. The question is whether it's cost effective, is what I mean.
Yeah, absolutely. So, yeah, no, I'm happy with it. It looks really good.
Great. Yeah, we come a long way from the accident now.
Yeah.
You know, now it's like you said, the next step is cleaning it up the rest of the way. But this is the only thing that really desperately needed to be done following the accident. I mean, it's to the point where, you know, if it's raining, maybe you shouldn't take the car out. Maybe you shouldn't be washing it, you know, in a car wash sort of thing. Like, who knows what you could damage in there, you know, beyond the bulb itself, of course. You know, you start getting into wiring, electronics, and just gets all complicated. So, yeah, good next step there, Emmer.
Big time. Thanks for watching this one, y'all. Hopefully we can do some more modifications, bring you some more content soon. This has been Amir from PSR.
And Samir.
And we'll see you in the next one.